And now, Brandon Thiccc Schaub.
But as I'm listening to the interview, he keeps going, yeah, Jon Jones is my mentor. And Rogan's going, what a great mentor to have. Man, there couldn't be any better. What a go, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, is it? I mean, the guy, I've said this from the jump. Greatest of all time. Greatest of all time. Jon Jones, as far as the Octagon goes, is the greatest I've personally ever seen in practice inside the Octagon. I've been on several cards with him. My first UFC fight ever, I was the main event. He was the co-main event. That was the Matt Hamill incident, right? For the tough finale against Roy Nelson. When he won his belt, that's the night I knocked out Crow Cop. He fought Shogun. When he fought Rashad, I fought Ben Rothwell. That was in Atlanta, right? We've trained together. I've been on a ton of cards with him. We've done press conferences together. He is hands down the best fighter I've ever witnessed. No argument there. But as far as a mentor goes, I can think of 1,000 better mentors. This is such a stretch, and I'll take some heat for this. You know, OJ Simpson was a great running back. Phenomenal, dude. I don't know if you know this. Hello, Twitter world. I don't know if you know this. Rest in peace. But OJ Simpson rushed for 2,000 yards for the Buffalo Bills. He won a Heisman Trophy for USC. He was one of the biggest prospects, recruits of all time in the sport of American football. That dude, if you're a running back, and when he was playing for the Buffalo Bills, if he told you a tip, you should probably listen. That dude knows football. But outside that, you don't want to listen to OJ Simpson on how to manage your career at a personal level, right? You don't want relationship advice from OJ Simpson. Now, if you're at a football game and he's going, hey man, when you hit the a-hole there, you gotta, or if you're going to the B gap, man, you should jab step out to the C gap and then cut into dude, take his advice. But if he's like, hey man, tonight with your girl, you should, nah, I'm good, fam. I'm good. Let's stick to football. So when it comes to Gable Stevenson and what he's going to end up dealing with, if he does live up to the hype, I don't know. Am I crazy? I don't know if Jon Jones is the best Tony Robbins for him. Also, John's a guy that just kind of, he's such a unique character. He's such a unique talent that he just goes and he does what is best for Jon Jones. You wouldn't call him a leader. He's a one-man army, and he's the best one-man army the UFC has ever seen. He's very selfish, and you have to be. He's a narcissist. That being said, you don't want to take career advice from him because the naysayers of the GOAT argument, which is always a ridiculous argument, but the naysayers for the GOAT argument is, well, this guy's history. He's been, if you look into it, there's an argument for this with the PEDs, right? He's tested hot before the DC fight, but then he came back and beat the shit out of him and Gustafsson, right? But there is some shit there. And then you look at his personal life with the domestic violence, the shooting the gun during COVID, the hotel in Vegas with his wife and his kids calling the cops. I don't think he's going to win any Dad of the Year award. So for Gable Stevenson, it's like, buddy, I wouldn't take everything that guy says to heart. If he's training with you, and it sounds like Gable trains in his hometown, and I think maybe John's there to corner him or stuff like that. Maybe as far as mentally goes, he might be able to help you, but you got to understand, I've personally seen Jon Jones show up a week before a world championship fight and have the toughest fight of his life and win it. There's only one Jon Jones. So if you go, John, what did you do to get ready for Gustafsson the first fight? He goes, partied, showed up a week before, beat the shit out of him. I don't know if that's the best advice, man. You know, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if that's the smartest advice. You got a lot of work to do, Bubba. There's only one John, and that's why he's the GOAT. The reason why he's the GOAT is because of what he did inside the Octagon. He's not the GOAT as far as outside the Octagon. If you're going to take into consideration of the GOAT talk of accomplishments inside the Octagon, outside the Octagon, it's Mighty Mouse. It's Mighty Mouse or it's GSP. Those are guys that would be great mentors. Mighty Mouse, even though smaller, would be a much better mentor to advise you on as far as how to handle fame, women, family, sponsorships, life outside the UFC, expanding your footprint as far as expanding your business reach, stuff like that, relationship advice, game planning, how to approach a fight like a professional. I would reach out to that guy. Or GSP, another great one. Inside, outside preparation, crossing your T's, dotting your I's, the small things that lead to winning fights. That's the blueprint. That's what you want to do. John's a wild boy, which is why it makes him one of the greatest of all time, because you got to be absolutely delusional to not train for a world championship fight and think you can win it. There's only one of him. That's not the guy you want to listen to. That's just not the guy you want to listen to.